YouTube? It's your boy RushMoreRick, and we're back with another reaction video. We are reacting to my job experience. Go get y'all a job, because I know y'all niggas need one.
We talking about one of humanity's biggest fears. A job! This is a horrifying path that almost everybody will have to eventually face in their life, whether we like it or not. And most of the time, we don't. But everyone has to get their bread somehow. So we just gotta suck it up and pray that we win the lottery or our parlay hits one day. Because let's be for real, nobody want a job. Like, unless you got real aspirations for a certain type of work, I think most of us, if given a magical opportunity to get paid however much.
Let me know. But I don't know if it's just me, but I have this firm belief that, you know, we were not put on this place to, you know what I'm saying, work a 9 to 5. I remember seeing this thing where it's like the standard work day wasn't even 8 hours. It shit used to be like 3 to 4 hours back in the day, with like the history say with like the indentured servants and all that. Like back then, niggas were not working all day. Niggas did not have to dedicate 8 hours of their life to do a job. Nowadays, it's like niggas want, they want your time, they want your heart, they want your soul, and that's why niggas is just not rocking with wanting a job. And I respect that.
You get paid now and not work that job again, we would take it. Because most of us see jobs as a way to get by in life and try to make ends meet. There's no room for you to pursue passions in this economy. You better second guess that art degree and major in business so you can be an executive marketing promoter for $1 billion company. But I digress. I'm just saying, I doubt that is most people's passions to work at a 9 to 5 at a warehouse lifting boxes. I don't mean any disrespect, but am I wrong? Plus, it's fun.
Nah, you're not wrong, nigga. I'm not gonna lie. If anybody who's watching me, you're punching the clock, you know what I'm saying? If you're young, if you old, it might just be GG's for you, you know what I'm saying? Don't throw your life away. But if you're young, do not get stuck in a rut of being in a 9 to 5, especially if you're not happy or content there. You know what I'm saying? There's always more. There's always better. You know what I'm saying? You can find a higher paying job that ain't beating the shit out you. Not literally, but the job itself, figuratively, is beating the shit out of you. You can find something better than that, bro. I promise you. There's so much money out there. We just gotta find different ways to get it. That's one thing I'm in the process of doing right now myself.
Being unemployed, as long as you got a roof over your head and don't need to worry about bills, most likely because you still live with your parents, then why would you want a job? That sounds like it's taking away your time from being grandmaster on Rivals and watching reels. Nah, that's too much. But eventually you want to get your own stuff. You know, young boy tickets ain't free. Or life really hits you in the face and now you actually have bills. So eventually we all have to get a job. However, you know what's harder than actually deciding to get a job? Finding one that hires you. I swear you could send 100 applications to 100 different places and all of them would.
I'm not gonna lie, this is another part too. Like, we gotta be in like a job recession or some shit, because if it's no way that everybody, like, you can go on social media, talk to some of your family members who don't got a job, who are trying to apply. You know what I'm saying? You apply on Indeed, you apply on ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, whatever fucking job board you use to apply to jobs. For some reason, dumb niggas are not pulling them applications from these job boards. You know what I'm saying? The best way to do it is to manually apply, but it's like niggas don't be wanting to do that. Niggas be wanting to apply through Indeed, ZipRecruiter, you know what I'm saying, using those because it's easier. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to just send out mass applications, but even if you do, it's like these niggas don't want to hire you anyway. So it's like, damn. Niggas don't got employees. Apparently that's what it looked like, but it's like y'all not even trying to hire niggas. Maybe they trying to hire niggas, but they not trying to hire niggas. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what it is.
Still ghost you. You think with how many job openings you see, the businesses are desperate to find people. But nah, it feels like they're posting it as bait, just to mess with people or steal your info. Not only that, if this is your first.
That's what I be thinking too, because a lot of job applications be asking for your address, and it's like, why you need my address and all this shit? You're not even bringing me in for an interview. I done told niggas where I live, the last 4 digits of my zip, the first 4 digits of my zip, the middle 2 numbers of my zip. I said zip, my fucking social security, and it's like, damn, I can't even get an interview. I can't even get a conversation out of y'all niggas. But y'all want to know where I live at in order for me to apply to this job. That shit is crazy.
First job, you're gonna have a harder time because even the quote-unquote entry-level jobs are asking for a qualification of having prior experience. Like, isn't that what this job is for? How How is someone supposed to get experience and not be homeless while almost every decent paying job requires that? And trying to apply for a job on LinkedIn or Indeed is like sending your application into a void. I swear none of those people be reading them. You could have the most stacked profile on LinkedIn. You got a bachelor's, master's, discovered the cure for cancer. Then you send in an application for your dream job to your dream company. Then they write back to you saying, we've read your application. Unfortunately, the CEO's daughter has took your position that you applied for, so get the fuck on. Back when I was still applying for jobs, I literally gave up on sending applications on those sites because I'd never get a response back. Like, damn, was my application that bad? Even when your application does get noticed and you get set up for an interview, you still gotta go through some more bullshit ass questions. Why did you choose our business?
And if you ever noticed that, like, say if you are fortunate enough to make it to the interview process, a lot of the interviews are just dumb shit. It depends on the job you're going for, but it's like the standard job. I always ask you the standard questions. How do you deal with conflict in the workspace and transportation, and are you reliable? Like shit like that. And it's just almost like if you felt like I was capable of offering you a bad answer to any of these questions that seemed like the bare minimum of requiring a positive answer, why would you bring me in here to talk to me? I just feel like it's just so the beginning part of getting a job with the whole interview process and the orientation and you know what I'm saying, that whole beginning, that shit just, I always hate that part about getting a job. Like, honestly, I like being in the job, knowing the job, and you know what I'm saying, your days just, you know what I'm saying, go. They go because you know the job, you know what you're doing. Now, when you new and you got all this other bullshit that you got to deal with, I hate that part of the job, especially waiting for that first paycheck. Yeah.
Hiring, like, what's up? What is your main motivation to get your work done? Money? What else am I here for? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Hopefully not here. That's just me being honest with my answers. What do you want me to do? Work here for the rest of my life? This is a Wendy's. So you gotta lie with any question they ask. You have to make yourself look as good as possible. So you gotta fake it till you make it. Even if they asked you a stupid question like, would you still work this job even if there was no pay? You say absolutely.
I would say absolutely the fuck not. I feel like no employer should be stupid enough to ask somebody that they're interviewing, would you work this job if there was no monetary gain? No, nigga, nobody would work. If compensation wasn't, like, the dollar bill wasn't the primary form of payment, and niggas was paying you in like food or paying you in like unless it's a place to live, fully furnished, without having to worry about bills, what are we talking about? Nigga, pay me in cash, USD. I
always wanted to be a slave. Congratulations, you have successfully become employed. The end of your life starts Tuesday. After starting a job, I feel after the first week, you can find out whether you like it or quit it the next month. And it won't be the job itself to motivate this decision. It's your boss and coworkers. Jiggle my boss. They can make or break this whole thing. If you happen to get a chill boss and coworkers you can vibe with, that's amazing. That's how my last real job was. I used to be a waiter for weddings and other events. That job low-key had me stressing because I wasn't good at the start. I was awkward taking orders, I would mess up orders, and one time I even dropped a whole tray of food I was carrying at the wedding. Best believe I didn't get tips that day. And what would get me kinda jealous is that some of my coworkers would walk out and carry 2 trays full of food on one shoulder. Like, nice. Damn, bro, are you Samoan? Those trays are mad heavy and so out of balance. But you know what kept me going? It was the fun time I had with my coworkers and boss. They were cool as hell. We had a carpool to get to the events. It was always a vibe and a good time. They made my experience. Imagine working a 16-hour shift and walking out of it happy. One day I clocked in for a double shift for a wedding and a Sweet 16 at 9:30 a.m. and clocking out at 1:30 a.m. Granted, I was dead after that shift and had to take off my shoes more than once, but I got $60 worth of tips and went to Wawa after work, so I felt like Gucci. And I believe I only felt like this because the environment I was around was nice.
That's one of the most underrated parts about working a job, and it really does play a really big factor. Like, if you genuinely, I feel like this, you gotta either genuinely enjoy the job and the line of work that you're in, or you got to enjoy the people that you work around, the people that you work for. You know what I'm saying? They like, it's either one of those two, because if you don't like your job and you don't like the people you work with and you don't like your boss You know what I'm saying? That's 3 major negatives that just ultimately results in you're gonna have that one moment one day when you're literally about to wake up for work. You're like, oh, why the fuck am I going here? I don't want to go. And you're dead ass not gonna go. I done did that so many times with so many jobs. It's not the professional thing, but sometimes you realize that you're just wasting time. Now, granted, when you're an adult with responsibilities and bills and a car note and car insurance and, you know what I'm saying, so you got kids too, you don't have the luxury to just say fuck it and I'm not going to work, I'll find something else. You don't always have that luxury to have that fuck you mindset. Sometimes you got to thug it out, but at the same time, yeah, that is true. If you like the people that you work with or the people that you work for, or you genuinely like the job, it makes it easier because it's almost like you're not working. You know what I'm saying? You're just hanging out for 8 hours and you getting paid to do it, depending on what you do.
Nice. Sometimes. I've had to serve some aggressive people at some points.
Yeah, it's my birthday today. What can I get out here for free?
A fucking handshake?
If I had trash co-workers or a trash boss, I would have not stayed at that job for long.
That
I
nigga
have
could
zero
get a
patience for
handshake?
bullshit. Literally. Like example, the first job I've ever had in my senior year of high school, I was a janitor at a warehouse. I had no co-workers, so I had nobody to talk to, and my boss was not a bad person, but a bad boss. I'd be working shifts that were 2 to 3 hours every few days, cleaning the break rooms, hallways, and bathrooms. So my pay wasn't even that good, but since I was still in school, I was just thinking, I'm making money and I got more time to study and goon. That sounds like a win-win. But when payday arrived, I would only be paid for half the hours I worked, sometimes less. I was already barely working as is, combined with a salary of $13 an hour, cleaning up pee-pee and poo-poo. Man, I'm not taking that. Plus, he only paid me through Cash App. You've ever had a job that only paid you through Cash App? Man, I had a...
I never had one of those, but I'm assuming that's like one of them under the table jobs. Like you ever been in a situation where you've been too young to work a job, but you said you got a family that owns like a corner store or a restaurant, or, you know what I'm saying, like a little, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, where you're not legally even allowed to work because of how old you are or some shit like that, but you know what I'm saying, you know the owners, you know them because they family or you grew up around them, and they able to give you some type of level of employment, and then they pay you under the table. Me, I was never doing that. I don't fuck with shit like that. I need to see my pay on a pay stub. I need to see my hours. You know what I'm saying? Like shit got to make sense. I don't think it's smart to, you know what I'm saying, do a job for somebody and then they just decide, oh, I might pay this nigga half his worth today. Nah, you got me fucked up.
I only worked there for a few weeks. He did pay me the rest of the money after, so he cool, but man, warehouse jobs are not it. My patience dwindled faster when I got accepted at BJ's, and I worked there for 1 day. I asked to go to the bathroom and left during orientation. I discovered they weren't what they advertised. How you gonna call yourselves BJ's without expecting people to have certain expectations? That's false advertising. So I left.
This nigga is
that
funny
wasn't
as
really
hell.
the reason. I just didn't want to work in the freezer. That's when I started my waiting job, then YouTube, and now here I am. Unemployed since. I'm just saying I can understand the struggles of looking for and having a job. Man. Especially the ones you only take to make ends meet. And the unemployed life can be really fun when you have stuff to fall back on. If not, it will only be short-term satisfaction. Eventually, you have to get a career, deal with any of the shortcomings of it, and do that for the rest of your life.
And that's if niggas even give you a chance nowadays. Like he was saying earlier in the video, bro, it's hard as hell to get a job nowadays, especially a good, respectable job. Niggas expect you to come in that bitch with degrees plus 5 years of experience, knowing that you just graduated from college like what, a year ago? You ain't even get your fucking degree in physical form yet, because you still paying that up. Them niggas ain't even trying to give you a degree. You just got credits and no experience, and niggas don't even want to give you a job. But that's the you know what I'm saying, the gist of the video. You know what I'm saying? The world is in a weird state right now. We in a weird space where, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of people that don't got jobs. There's a lot of people that have jobs but don't want to have jobs. There's a lot of people that's, you know what I'm saying, taking chances like me, like your boy right here. I'm taking chances with this internet shit so we can get that internet money, so I don't got to punch a clock for nobody else but myself. It's been your boy RushMoreRick, and we are out. Make sure you like, comment, and sub, and binge the rest of the videos on the channel. We out of here. Peace.